Hi, everybody. Welcome again to the show that answers the question, what show? Anyway, it is Nick and Knarf. Look at this. This is a beautiful designer t-shirt made by Nick's daughter, Michaela, for us. We presented it to us on our last video, and we're wearing it today. Look at this. Isn't that cool? We care for your ears, Nick and Knarf, and our picture on the back. Thanks again, Michaela, Brett, and Ethan for this beautiful gift. This isn't available anywhere, so don't ask us if you want to buy one. And I don't see why you'd want one anyway. But if you did, unfortunately, we're not selling them. So, but we thank you for joining us today for another great show we want to put on for you with a blast from the 60s.
Way back.
With a band we really loved and who really had a very short career in the 60s, the Lovin Spoonful.
Yep, and these guys were formed together in Greenwich Village, New York, 65. Wow. And during the course of the next 4 years, they made 5 albums. And their discography has a lot of great songs, including Summer in the City, Do You Believe in Magic, Did You Ever Have to Make Up Your Mind, Daydream, of course. And we know John Sebastian wrote Welcome Back, Kotter. Now, I guess they had some internal problems and decided to break up in 69 or 70.
Yeah, 69. They broke up, or 70, 71, right around there. But they only made 5 albums from 69. Then they kind of split up. They had some issues with the record company. Then they reunited, I think, in the late 70s for a tour and maybe a record. Then they broke up again. And so they didn't really stay. And John Sebastian had a pretty big solo career by himself after the band broke up. Right. But I tell you, for those 4 or 5 years, these guys had hit after hit after hit. Beautiful stuff, too. Really wonderful, memorable.
So you had John Sebastian, Zal Yanovsky, Joe Butler, and Steve Boone. Those are the original cast members. A few others were added on later on that would come in. And by the way, you know this band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2000.
Can you believe that?
Where's Jethro Tull?
Why isn't Jethro Tull in there? If the Lovin Spoonful could make it, Jethro Tull.
We're going to say it until they're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we're rooting big time to get Jethro Tull in the Rock and Roll. I mean, not to say Lovin Spoonful don't deserve to be there, but if they deserve to be there, Jethro Tull truly deserves to be there. But anyway, before we start, we'd like to invite you again, as always, to please subscribe, like, and share if you haven't. And if you have, you know what we think about you. We love you all.
And we decided to do 3 songs, so we're going to do them in succession, and then we'll talk about them a little bit at the end.
That's right. We're gonna do a recap after. We got 3 great choices for you. We got the first one of their first big hits, Do You Believe in Magic? Just a great song. And then their second big hit probably was You Didn't Have to Be So Nice. And then we got one a little bit later, which is called Darling Be Home Soon, a beautiful love ballad.
It's really pretty.
3 wonderful songs from the Lovin Spoonful. So be sure to strap on everything, your earplugs, put them in, crank up the music, and rip off the knob. Here we go with the Lovin Spoonful, and You Didn't Have Do You Believe in Magic? Sorry.
Heart, how the music can free her whenever it starts, and it's magic. If the music is groovy and makes you feel happy like an old-time movie, I'll tell you about the magic and it'll free your soul. But it's like trying to tell a stranger about a rock and roll. If you believe in magic,
Wonderful stuff. Okay, here's the next one. You Didn't Have to Be So Nice. This is their second big hit. So here we go. The Lovin Spoonful. You Didn't Have to Be So Nice. Isn't that a nice song? Both of those songs are so tasty.
So melodic.
Simple and
Wow.
layered, and they've got a lot of wonderful stuff, but a beautiful melody. But just some great stuff. But these guys could write all kinds of beautiful stuff, really different and unique. And
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen where they would have progressed to had they stayed together.
if they'd stayed together, absolutely. Well, John Sebastian went off on his own solo career, and he got back into bluegrass and country. He really liked that kind of stuff. But the band made some really great songs, and this is another one of them. It's called Darling Be Home Soon, a beautiful love song. Here we go.
Come and talk of all the things we did today. Here and laugh about our funny little ways while we have a few minutes to breathe. And I know that it's time you must leave, but darling, be home soon. I couldn't bear to wait an extra minute if you dawdle.
Such a nice
My
line.
darling, be home soon. It's not just these few hours, but I've been waiting since I toddled for the great relief of having you to talk to.
Lord Lair.
And now, a quarter of my life is almost past.
Yeah, right.
I think I've come to see myself at last. And I see that the time spent confused was the time that I spent without you. And I feel myself in blue. So darling, be home soon. I couldn't bear to wait an extra minute if you dawdle.
I love that line.
My darling, be home soon. It's not just these few hours, but I've been waiting since I toddled for the great relief of having you to talk
Now,
to.
big middle part here. It's really interesting. The orchestration, beautiful.
great relief of having you to talk to. Go and beat your crazy head against the sky. Try and see beyond the houses and your eyes. It's okay to shoot the moon. Darling, be home soon. I couldn't bear to wait an extra minute if you don't. My darling, be home soon. It's not just these few hours, but I've been waiting since I clocked for the great relief of having you to talk to.
He's a very good songwriter.
Great songwriter. That's just a gorgeous song. And my God, the way it just really builds in its orchestration to create the dramatic power of this song that starts out like a simple folk love song, and it just gets layered, and then violins come in and the orchestra. Just amazing.
It is. Very impressive. Hearing it again, it's been a long time.
I know. Nick he wasn't quite sure he remembered until we started playing it again, because, some of these songs go way back. And if you haven't heard the whole catalog, I mean, they've written some amazing songs, like Daydream. What a day for a daydream. And then they did Nashville Cats. They did Rain on the Roof. I mean, so many. They were big. For about 4 or 5 years, they were really big.
They were.
And they were making strides, and then suddenly they just kind of vanished. And
they were kind
up.
of in the same genre or group as the Turtles kind of thing. You know, the Turtles made a lot of good songs, and then Lovin'
Grassroots were another one.
The other one, with
Rascals,
the Rascals, yeah.
The Rascals.
Oh man,
they were so hot all around the same time.
And
65
they just kept
to
coming
69.
out with songs and albums,
big
really,
hits too. I mean, big popular songs, but. Lovin Spoonful really had a really talented group of people.
Did you guys ever see them? There's some of those groups I saw at county fairs and stuff, but I never got to see these
John
guys.
Sebastian did show up in the movie Woodstock. So if you ever see the movie Woodstock, he makes an appearance, but it's not the Lovin Spoonful. It's just him. Yeah. And he sings just kind of one of his own little compositions, because he started getting into bluegrass and folk. He really wanted to go into country and folk. That's really what he wanted to do. But I hope you enjoyed the Lovin Spoonful. I think, it's a throwback, blast. And a lot of you guys who are younger probably haven't heard any of this stuff, but it's wonderful. Oh, the other song we got to mention, Summer in the City.
Hot Town, Summer in the City.
I mean, that song is famous, and we deliberately didn't want to play it because I know they play it a lot everywhere, but it's another great, memorable, iconic song. So check out the catalog of the Lovin Spoonful. It's really brief, but really terrific.
Yeah, so, you'll definitely get a loving spoonful of their music.
That's right. And talk about a loving spoonful. I want to send a big spoonful of love out to Michaela, Brett, and them again for our beautiful Nick&Knarf shirts.
Nick&Knarf, yeah.
It says Nick&Knarf there. And then, of course, we got us. I can't thank them enough. I love you. And we thank you all for joining us today on another episode. And be sure to subscribe, like, and share if you haven't. If you have, you know how we feel about you, man. We love you.
And as Jimi Hendrix would say, we care for your ears.
That's what he said. That's why I picked up that line. But we do care, and we'll see you next time on Nick&Knarf.
Ciao, everybody.
Bye-bye.